Jack Quinn here with Penn State Barron women's volleyball coach and men's volleyball coach, Phil Pisano. Coach, how are you?
Great to be here.
We shop at the same store. You have a young team coming back, but it's an interesting dynamic because you also have a lot of experience coming back from a team that won the AMCC championship a year ago, so that must be reassuring for you going into the year.
Right, like you mentioned, we're both young and experienced. We've got 10 players that are back from the championship team from last year, although if you look at our roster of our 17 players, 14 are either freshmen or sophomores. So we'll be young, we'll make some of those inexperienced mistakes, but at the same time, hopefully in some of the tighter matches and as we get closer to the postseason, some of that experience that our young players have will pay off.
And then I mentioned AMCC champs rolled through conference play, and then you were able to host the AMCC tournament. So how nice is that then to be able to play the conference tournament at home and then win it in front of all the home fans?
It was terrific. It was a great experience, very memorable. We had a terrific crowd that day. That whole weekend was a lot of good energy in the gym, and it's a nice reward for the players to be able to win that championship on their home court.
And then you mentioned some of the players returning. I mean, you have Lindsay Samarco, Ashley Solo, Bean Banta. I mean, you've got a lot of players that really made an impact, not just returners, but people that made an impact coming back.
Right, definitely, especially from an attacking standpoint. We returned basically all of our strong attackers from last year. So offensively, we should be a pretty solid team going throughout. We're going to be less experienced at the setting position and defensively, but we've got a lot of talent at those spots.
Volleyball is interesting because in the off season, I mean, you needed several players obviously to practice and the net and everything. So how hard is it for your athletes to find workout time in the off season?
Well, it's obviously tight getting gym space here. We've got a lot of sports and there's a lot of activities in the gym, so I would say probably the time is the most difficult thing for them. But they do a good job of even coming in small groups and working on skills. It could be their arm swing, it could be their approach, those type of things. We talk about that in individual meetings at the end of the season, and this group's done a lot of hard work in the off season, so hopefully it'll pay off.
Well, Coach, good luck this season. Thanks for taking the time today.
My pleasure.